Hi Julie, my name is Simon from Little Big Marketing San Diego. I'm up here in Oceanside, and my brother mentioned that he spoke to you earlier today and was willing to receive one of these videos to see if we can help you, I guess, pull back the curtain and shed some light on some of the SEO techniques that we've seen that have been added to your site, but also give you some actionable tips that you can implement yourself in order to generate more revenue through your own online assets. He mentioned that you had used another SEO company or two in the past and haven't. It sounded like you hadn't had much luck. So as I said, I want to pull back the curtain on what they've done and where they might have gone wrong, and then give you those things to correct it. So without further ado, I want to get started with your Google My Business account. The first thing I notice here is that nobody has asked any questions. The best way to use this Google My Business account, these are extremely lucrative, by the way, for local businesses. Any home improvement service like yourself, these generate extremely hot buyer intent leads. Google has done an amazing job. I mean, they have billions of amounts of data, I suppose, on what turns into a lead, and they have made these Google Business profiles extremely effective. So I wanted to mention here that you can use this question and answer section like an FAQ. If you come in here and click, and you can post as your own, as under your own email, you can actually ask a question, whatever frequently asked questions you get, and then once you've posted it, you can answer the question yourself. What that does is provide Google with a little bit more information on your Google business for it to know more about what you offer, but also then see that you have answers for customers asking those questions. And it gives you a better chance of being shown to those people searching for, painting company Carlsbad, etc. But it's not just about being shown in Carlsbad. You can increase the radius that your Google Business account can rank in that map pack or on Google Maps, just so you know. So it's very, very, very important that you add as much information to these Google Business accounts as you can. So that's where I would start, by adding around 10 FAQs and adding more each month if you can, kind of keep that frequency up, just to keep the activity up, I should say. Another item I would recommend is adding your services as products to the GMB. Again, it's about telling Google, as much as it is a potential prospect, exactly what you offer and why you're different from other businesses. So you can actually put your services as a product on your Google My Business. That'll show people straight away. There's no question then, as to whether you offer interior painting or exterior painting or cabinet refinishing, I think was another one of your services. If they're all right there, they don't even need to click through to your website. They'll call you, directly from here, and that's a really positive aspect. I would also fill out this description a little bit more, a little bit about why you're different, what you offer, and more specifically where you offer your services. If you offer your services in Carlsbad, Oceanside, Encinitas, all of those different areas, Vista, you really want to add those to your description so that people can see straight away. You really want to answer all questions of a prospect before they have the question, if that makes sense. If you could increase the review frequency to try and get 1, 2, 3 a week would be, I know that's difficult, in certain fields, but as your lead quantity increases, if you can start asking for those reviews a little more frequently, that'll start to build up over time, and that can really tell Google that you're in business and you're trusted by locals. And then the last tip I wanted to add was posting. You can post on your GMB. A lot of businesses tend to shy away from this because it is a little bit of work, but if you can just take images in your local area, shed some light on whatever it is, if you're taking photos of the beach in Carlsbad in your local area, Google can see that you're taking those images in local areas and upload them straight to the GMB as a post with a little bit of a, what a beautiful day in Carlsbad. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. It's just about the activity. Google likes to see the activity, and so do users. So you'll end up being placed at the top of Google more frequently. So they're the main tips that I wanted to share on your Google My Business. On your website, the first thing I notice is that you have, this is your primary header of your website. This should tell people exactly what you do and where. So painting company Oceanside, or cabinet refinishing Oceanside, whatever your umbrella category is. So that's going to be painting company in this case. So painting company Oceanside, or painting, painting business Oceanside, whatever. Painting company is better. So that's what I would replace this with. And I would then add as a secondary heading, a little bit smaller, your brand name, Coastal Colors Painting Company. As I go down the page, the things I notice is there isn't much content. Google likes to see at least 1,500 to 2,000 words on a homepage. And what that does is tell Google that you're an authority on the subject of painting. If you've written an entire page about painting, you are an authority on that subject, and Google trusts you on that subject and trusts to show you to users looking for painting companies. So you want to add some more words to your homepage. You also want to add keywords. Just as I mentioned here, you're telling people what you do and where. That's a keyword. Anything somebody types into Google looking for your service is a keyword. So painting company Oceanside again, or painting company near me. Things like that are what people are searching for on Google, as you probably know. So you really want to start adding those into the content. This tells, again, Google and the user that they're in the right space when they land on your website. And if you're telling Google that, it's more likely going to show it to those people that are searching for it. So the more words on your page, the more times you can use keywords, the more different keywords you can use, and you want to add them as as what's called a H2 as you go down the page, and a H3, which is just a secondary and a third header as you go down the page, and you want to mention all of your services with some content about the service, okay? And it can still lead to a service page, but you want to have more content on each. Just really fill out this homepage with good authoritative content on the subject, okay? You also want to have more real images. I see a lot of companies use stock images, which is why I specifically say real images. If you're taking before and after images of the job, put them on your website. Again, Google sees those as local images and begins to trust that you do what you do in the local area, that you are a painter in the local area. There's hundreds and thousands of businesses online that are called lead generation websites, and they're taking spots from companies like yourself, companies like Yelp, Triple B, Home Advisor. These are all lead generation companies that are taking away spots on Google from local businesses, and it's because Google doesn't trust local businesses because they don't have enough information on their website. They don't have enough images on their website saying, we're an authority on the subject, and here's proof that we do what we say we do in that area. Again, I hope that makes sense. So more content, more images, more keywords, and more headers. One other really, really big tip that I'm going to give you is, I see here you've got areas where we work. So I'm just going to click on that so I can see, because if I was a user and I wanted to know, this is a painting company somewhere in Carlsbad, do they work in Oceanside? I won't even contact a person unless I saw that specifically, like front row center on their website. So I want you to highlight these a little bit further up this page. But not only that, add location pages. Okay, so it's going to be something like coastalcolors.com/Oceanside Painting Company, coastalcolors.com/Fairbanks Ranch Painting Company, La Jolla Painting Company, Lake San Marcos. You're adding location pages so that Google knows which page to show to which prospects searching on Google. If somebody types in Painting Company Oceanside and your homepage comes up saying you're a Carlsbad located painter, you lose that lead 9 times out of 10. But if they land on an Oceanside based page, you'll get that lead. You'll get that person to contact you. So break out these locations into location pages and rank those pages in those areas. Now, how do you rank the pages? I told you I wanted to shed some light on what your previous company may have done. Number one, it looks like they only targeted San Diego-based keywords. Okay, so San Diego wallpaper. As I scroll down here, house painting San Diego, cabinet resurfacing San Diego, which I'm not sure that you offer. I haven't been right through your website, but house painting in San Diego, painting company San Diego, San Diego, San Diego. So you're trying to rank a Carlsbad located website, or that Google sees as a Carlsbad located website, local website, across San Diego. If you want to rank across large areas like San Diego, you need a landing page for San Diego. A landing page, which is another location page, I should say. But then you really do want to start building in those other local keywords so that your website can rank in places like Carlsbad, Oceanside, etc., Encinitas, wherever you really want to offer your services. You don't have to do all location pages all at once, but start doing the main target areas that you want to service, and then you can increase over time. Okay, but it looks like they were only targeting San Diego. Now, I ran so this tool here is a tool called Ahrefs. And what it does is I put your website in here and it shows me kind of all the different metrics that's going on in the back end of your site in terms of SEO. And these are all of the keywords that are registering for your website. Okay, this tool does a scrape and tells me what keywords your website is showing up on Google for, and where and how many times those keywords are searched for as well per month. So really, really cool tool. Be happy to shed some more light on this for you if you ever wanted to learn any more and go through and choose some keywords out for you, whatever you want to do. But I just want to give you a quick look at this now so you can see, hey, you need to target some more local keywords. And then this is now an overview of referring domains. Mark mentioned that you talked a little bit about Facebook, and I'm going to shed some more light on that in a minute. But these referring domains are all the other websites that are linking back to your website, and they act like endorsements of your website. So it looks like you possibly had an SEO company somewhere around 2018, and what they did, see, this is your referring domains. This is how many websites are referring to you at any given time. You went from having about 20, 21 websites referring back to you all the way up to 167 overnight, which I'll tell you right now is bad. It should be a nice sort of steady increase because that doesn't look organic to Google. It looks like it's forced, and chances are Google will either just never rank your site or penalize your site. So you actually probably need to remove some of these links from your site, which is a complicated process. More than happy to show you how to do it if you just want to reach out to me. Now, if I actually look in these referring domains here, okay, these are the actual websites, the domains that are linking back to your website. I want to show you that some of them, Triple B, Expertise, Local, Yahoo, these are all really good websites. As I scroll down and go a little bit further into it, I'm going to show you that there's a lot of just random links that are coming back, and this is what a lot of old school SEO companies will do, is just add any random links, because in the past Google used to value these links. They don't value them anymore. They do still value the Triple Bs and the Expertise and the Yahoos and Yelp, Home Advisor, Angie's List, all those different ones, all those different directories that are, that actually get people using them, people submitting for quotes. But when you're looking at things like Free Listing USA, that's a directory that really holds very little value to Google at all. So they've just added a whole bunch of links down here, whole bunch of referring domains or websites linking back to you, coupon websites, whatever that is website, organic search.agency. These are just random. And if I go to the fourth page to look at the really weak ones, littleminxphotography.co.nz, like they're just random. And there's a good chance that some of these are harming the SEO of your site. So my first step in when I work for anyone like yourself is I remove these websites. These Blogspot accounts, that is just a social media that Google owns. Again, this is a dodgy SEO technique. It works at the moment to help rank sites. You can go and put 200 of these, create 200 of these random social media accounts and link them back to a site, and it will help rank that website. But after the latest algorithm changes that we've seen from Google, these are going to start becoming devalued over the next probably 6 months to a year. And chances are sites that have, a couple hundred of these will be penalized for having them. So we don't want to see that. Again, these are some things that I would remove or disassociate my website with if it were me. And you can see here there's more blog spots. There's just a lot of random links coming back into your website that aren't acting necessarily as an endorsement. In fact, Google's looking at them and saying, I know that someone has just put those on there for the purpose of SEO, and Google doesn't like that. Simple as that. So I would be removing these. And it looks like that's what the company in the past did for you. Now, Mark mentioned that you asked something about why you might post on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, YouTube, even. The reason is because SEO now is about building your brand online. So the more social media accounts you have, the better, in a sense. Or branded with your brand, because that's extending your brand reach. And then by posting on those accounts, they look used. The more Google sees you using those accounts, again, it just comes back to trust, how much Google trusts your business. Google trusts businesses that are using the social media accounts, particularly again with those local images, little captions that look like they're coming from real people. There's been so much AI generated content in the past on social medias and things like that they devalue just having a social media account for that isn't being used. But ones that are being used clearly by real people in the right location are extremely valuable for ranking. Okay, not to mention that people will find you by your posts on social media. But what it also does is it starts to tell Google that these accounts here, these are directory listings like we mentioned, and I believe you're probably paying for Yelp at the moment. This is why I do this. I try and help small business owners generate their own leads through their own assets, so they don't have to have all their eggs in one basket. If Yelp decides to stop giving you leads or suspend your account or whatever, all your leads dry up, or you're probably not getting any leads from Yelp anyway. Unfortunately, that can be a reality for a lot of people that I've worked with. I'm sorry if that's the case. But again, that's why I do this. But you want your social medias to be dominating this page. I've searched for your brand name, and your social media should be front row center, showing me all images of you guys at work, on the job, local businesses, anything with local content is important. So that's why it is important, because really you're just trying to create this your own web. www stands for World Wide Web, if you didn't know that. The internet is one big web. So you're trying to create your own web using your social media accounts, your directory listings like Yelp and Angie's List that you do want to have, but you don't necessarily have to pay for. But as you have all of these different listings, they're all linked together. You're creating your own web, which makes it very easy for Google to find you, but also makes it very easy for people to find you. So I hope that all makes sense, and I hope that kind of gives you a bit of insight into what some of the people have done in the past for you, and why it may not have worked, but also some things that you can do yourself to start improving on that. So with that, if you do want to reach out for any more information, I've got lots of free training, lots of free documents that I'm more than happy to share with you. Just let me know, or anything else at all, reach out. As I said, I'm up here in Oceanside, and would love to have a chat. So thanks for watching. Have a great day.